brand the car no band bread ye wagina kunyao inshiraka neat etiefo nyina ozioma adakabri ne oribo bebie the car no band yesi okwan tware suo ena suo tware okwan panyin ni hwan a yebo okwan betu asuo ozioma adakabri frimpong manso wagina kunya bebie
ya mama trasio na ya mama ha ye free neat 100.9 FM so and say ye ba mo na so yi na ene ye fiada aya wo baba bosome na ye wo mi ni de to so aduonu emienu afi empinu aya wo baba bosome na ye wo mi ni de to so dunsu afi empinu aduonu emienu mam sa bodon kwa pa miti eye aduonu enwotwe ye tena ase a me man ti dwumadie na ye de free neat 100.9 FM ede ebremo na dwumadie mi amidi ho chia me ya fra me ADAKABRI Mamudu Oshioma na eye senior co-character otimanimu eye majare osai ajiman wono utility player na afen so osai eye maestro na ono otia say na utum say more sporting wase owura wudie na maje over ni me can't match ro
o sa
enya me me can't
wa na be ka so de bia de foforo
ai na eye panyin ko joda me ado na production is ni na so majare kro no aso na boni chidom na na ku afiri ye na wo service mrante kwa emie no na fe so no technical production no aprafrema bankro ya beba panyini mara michi mafa wani eye metadua mu ba nana ya safo bema ne ho afa yi asujo mora no so no abramo na ode eba obi dia na aba na woka no no so be no wine no akasa love you hey mudia mo na wa share ring no on share ring no de nsabo nkum no eze waya mo dan mo mani feel free ati ana na kwadwofo sulumba ne kan wo so wodo ani de ne ho akodi mu na munnim ne ho di akodi mu ba bie sabiaku wa mu a ye de tadua asi ahini nkra krom we ate na nim ba bie de akowura ama ne ho aye de nwan no aye adwuma nwan no aye adwuma he wa ba fefe dwene ho ate ana eno an se wo de asɛm tie wo mu an se twanwom foforo na aye video no ye mfa sa sin se na ye video na wutwa ene chese wo de an aye video nti we anwuma na wutwa na wo de ye video ade na mudwa nipa ho sa na be ma so te wo no mu a ejase ye ode ti egu oba na anim ase aye wo ba wo ne wo ma ye egu na anim ase nti ye ode na so na Abraham we so ni Olakwaku Michael na mo so mo ka bi agrada abenyamo ai obenya wo mo obenya mo da chese obedem mo mo papa ka jem se munya de mo keka waye na yamfase da so man engineering group ya na de ba kon se efiri tete panyin ko hia penso se engineers ni ho a it representing kiye ka se nkobi bete kobi bete den nyina no uti radio so a fasidama engineers no in this instance yamfasidama achuagbo yamfasidama walker yamfasidama kwatia kwa na jare yamfasidam fama na nabu aje adasan kroma nimguase a wagu ye nra ye de asidama no ye fra no sempro abna simple ade awaye abna simple ade awaye men kan kiro enura enna simple yasuma se won konkoto eye chicken mushroom pie mra abaya o se wato miensa en wato eye niche juice mpo niche chocolate no we hunu ka into omo fa country milk na ma no abna ani se aja panyin toto yesate de hwe so se akọ nya de de suma se ekotodie abedie okoya eya baba wa so to aka se ono wadnia enter aki ema ekotel num de duru head office ndi wanye
osese enye
na se erade adam na meka no adwoso akire madehima oba panyini wonu mta bi krom hima na wono wo verse wo ye share li wo me opposite ya adna me ma force na me friend na hima no ye madie nyina me wa ha ansta na simple ho to no ene ye country mreg no your man no
just all coin na no unsa dey chocolate no
chocolate
okay no say chocolate no say chocolate drink no
enti onye two shots so no awrani man no aye country milk chocolate back no man incola chocolate back afedie ya start the fish no koye and awresi ekwa chef wa head office enti nya na hima afedie ba ya what the meat pie also told me ensa no dika 80 cedis wo kodiri nyina ba ya o se meat pie no o told me ensa mienu so no de ba dem no no de o de at pum sa bna the meat pie na ye ton no 15 cedis no simple and to be and we keep put the 15 cedis o go 15 cedis ya de ye sabiaku ya Jimmy Fua ya de 15
what else we do meat pie 15 cedis
o keep 15 cedis no e ko nyame bi
ense sabeka ense sabeka ense sabeka
o ye pepe sade pa ne wom
eno na pepe o
ade na be ka kire me say who be pie ni bi na what 15 cedis
o ba ande eno ano no
just on for 15 cedis
o de fe chiro ense sakra beka
na nim de ma me hunu ye wo de na wo je ye no won se na o pa
bu bi adi ade wo se wo de da ho ave me de na eguta me no wo se wo ba be bu bi na me say
wi aso so no nipa da sani me twe me ho no e na obi te ho kire me say akwa no pie no wan to bi
wan to
15 cedis no de atu no potum wi aso sani atena no
ave no ano no wa plan yie esa wo fa de mushroom meat pie
chicken and mushroom
ano no so de ono no hu ni say
na adenti so ka say wato bi ama no ho abra won to bi ma no
o sa ne de na esi hwa
na otifris ka no
wate dada itu no se ne de o agya de share office so
na we ya father this is what me bia ye nipo
baba
this is a 15 cedis no ono dwene ho a on fan top pie
debi on fan top pie on fan top pie and ye
me fa driver bi and am ne driver enam na ye duru Kumasi a e bia mekwa ne se mekwa Abu station na eye imma bi ho over 20 years wa na metom
okay
wa na metom and me nua no ne me nam no o ka che driver ne se o tom we di mawa otu ya 5 cedis
yeah
achen se woni ade fish god be ma inti me nua so ya os mini o ya os mini enti me de me nua ne ka so onni a na me fi se o ye panyini mama ne bia 40 cedis on frankodidi
yes
a me de salmon na je me ketre ma se no na mpe matua ka cheze menya yamuade na menya kotodwe na cheze matua ka 5 cedis every titi o ti driver so matua ka ma na bia 3 cedis 4 cedis amba da ko driver na say ya me akwa ma me mini me ama me mini no and man 20 cedis
oh okay amano
dimu no kan no kure wo mu kire no no say da he pass me na ka kire me say wo godie wa bo ho ka ya 3 cedis 4 cedis I can say wouldn't you? About 20.
What
Sabra no ye bra
papa. Bra papa. What? My man can say the other time near Cassa and no man of why the no had a josso. Who's all quite just mine? School muhona. Ubenkum so hono. Who say Ameria be yet to Zafi. What they call sporty? Oh, me referee sporty.
Kiss.
Kiss. Kiss. What free? 2,000 what? It was a 2,000. I don't know what.
Kiss opposite. So
a bankuni tilapia be tilapia. What was it? Ameriano 2,000. Yamadia 1 city. Weekend here 1 city. Midru just in so talk. And a baby says I be 2,000. Also, Ameriano. What if we could do her? Nam so namano. Oh, you send him say namano crab or because 5 cities. Now me say oh, mama namano be 20 cities. They probably not say oh 20 cities. Ya namano back 1 city. Wafa. And also try the gums. And I say nam say hey. It's and I'm still your 1 city.
No,
it's your number 1 or number 1 or number 1. So Aponchiachi. It's what I said, Brandon, dear. There be an already too. Oh, I'm not going to call her.
Mislead me. A man can say, se me wo to no bia me no ka say aduane ko bi nka ma no fi no pa
okay
right just a bottle of a fence soft drink bi keke na ma no aduane nka ma no na wo mislead me say
what
pie na me to no ubetobi na me diska hye won sam na watimi akoto no watiska na to nchen na wa anto pie no it me no me di na me kan say
oba say ono no oreti no ho odo hu say na pie yi me ko nya bibi ha 15 cities nya bibi kokonte sesa beka oh sesa beka oji kokonte ni mienu a ene kura na kokonte no eduru 2 cities
na fe wie ne se konkonte no fe de wo yam etne a na kwa bu fada desen bathroom door na ko bu no we ne papa mu no
o ba ja na to de bi a eno ba ne bi ana say obi de me kotena ba bi a kedi kan fe yodu wa me de ade yi ba be gu wa me hwe me no so na bi say eh awia bi say ya hwedi Gary Swokins kra na just say utum say na so wow and they say bunabuni de na ebe hu it why na me fa phone tan ma so na me ka say wo frɛ me oh zana me ye confess na me say me wo frɛ no say oh ma say oko ma Jerry na me say me wo frɛ me onim say awia me na tie say me rasa na me ko oh man it no gugura kufu ba ko me betra me di abunabunu wa ha e wa ha no mo fufu ni abunabunu
abra wonim say once na kwantin to
no once na kra me ne abunabunu dia once na twa ho azia fine papa hwa na me firi wane wo fa
anita hotel hono no wa wona kwa no
ya be hu nam no
na se once na ka ho a
ekoyi
na me ko tena campiski abra once na bia
abunabunu so ye di na condition ye di na condition
ya na ehien no kra se de obesi atwa fufuo no kurukuru ba ka se won sa sei
no dia ba bi so
any restaurant fufuo do
aduane bi wo ha ye di ni ho ba aduane bi wo ha ye ni ho wa na me se hwe me wo fe me wa ye ko start show ye constitution ene yo kwa ene meji ya wo am me ko wo ba
na unya duru jusu a kiskisi kwa na
kiskisi ya
wo do unya duru jusu a na ye jusu ye run about ke set of lights na wa fa ni fa so to say de wo frin kan ya wo fa ni fa so say de wo ko jusu man no e do fa ni fa so na wa sa fa bonkum say de ye mfutu kan bi sa run parallel with a main road no into mo say haji ano ni fa no so on sa a je say hoye pa na fi wako kiskis unze bi ufri haji ano so a obesan akwa no so ye fried rice no ansana opposite no okay talapia ansana kiskis no so ansana ko ni man trot for no so ni fa so for no so omudidi pa
oh yes so gwabenfo ni ade unsa na wa na
unze dia ejuso is the fastest growing economy in the world of Africa it is ejuso dia ogura afra na okese mira mi chia papa mira we me chia papa memenda no panso so nonkron ye beko echine memenda ye ko
one week no
Tishinungwa estate a life so on mo opanyi a Japan zoom line papa and on so no say until I we say through sa no ukọ sa zoom line na wotwe ya edu kwei ubedidi ansa na wakọ
oh there is it na odidi ansa wakọ there be na wotwe da we num say ya na wotwe da bi wo ho a wo kọ adidi o ya na wotwe da bi wo ho akọ amendidi wo kọ amendidi na we de ye resian wa Japan and all celebrating
ne papa
1 week
Samuel Kwame Japan. Ya wo no papa in 1924.
Wow.
It is here papa no wodi 98 years. I got 2 years and kan papa no
100 years.
So no. Enti echina no pa no nkono. E wo Japan family house.
That's all.
Tishinungwa estate wo. Off A Life Road. Near Tep School Park. So the black and white and I deko.
Emuye
enti no pa no nkron.
Emuye.
Ukwe. Na chese.
Japan.
It's for the baby. It's just anything no about.
There be
ya pedom so ya pedom eti Kwame Japan Kwame Sian Japan doctor
Yamani Shedden pa
Yamani Shedden I said o papa di 98
wofa
na nyame frɛ no a e just nyame ahira
busuya no 90 a yan record there but
because obi o hono about the time ne papa be free mu no na fe na obebɔ bra obi o about the time ne ma be free mu no na fe na obebɔ bra etu mu nse obebra but o papa atena se na otena ne papa fie tena ne papa nkyɛn e wo teshi no nwa ko wie se oti company maako edu
wow
e hye ase se every day bi asika eba no e betimi aso ne nsa achi ansa na o sini dan atu akotena mu and into the no Pentecost church will teach you why a honor on a hot Pentecost no so inti then you know and people Emma Kakrasha says about Semunano I feel what Sikana Quatsna Danum I feel no ni BB one share Yabaton Dine Etibomodiana a financial streams no we make sure say financial stream no e wo ho na ye more sustainable afi na wasi dan na akwa nti eye sienwa Japan e china no pa no nkono e na nyina black and white ye dey quotation nwa abrade papa Samuel Kwame Japan at 98
afi na
nyankopon atonsa
nyame hira no
papa
nyame hira no
nyame hira no wono na e ko ye na akabri mi nkonko didi e na ye kokotena eye African region.
Oh, okay.
Yet an African region. Did you do a bit me a day? And now just say, no me go the Marco said, you know, son. Near to wake a crack, which we can mean to do didn't do a me. Near to wake a crack, 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 near Bomcomo, near you say, a prampansanya I did. A prampansanya.
A banner Sunday, I said, yes.
Why? Na wiai
over
yenya ho
okay
you didn't free Cape Coast odwane you didn't buy your friend Ebo Backman
okay
na ono na politics in the marketplace and ni right up nyina politics in the marketplace
okay
into ye ne Ebo Backman ebetena se ama politics in the marketplace no se wo the product be bedwemu a ususu product se ye pe market ne pe ana ususu market no de wo mo pe na ade akọ
what's the product there what the bar ye dia amanfo ne pe no
dia amanfo ne pe no
dia amanfo ne pe no
eno na ade ba
eno na wo de ikọ
so the product be ba dia amanfo
ne pe no
eno na ade
ba eno ti na an ye ka say production until say be reach the final consumer no production chain no NC it is say kwa every raw material na be wura afidie ni mu package na ba be ye bibia be fefafa belt no so conveyor belt na kwa wura na kadimu be kwa final consumer ho no it is say production chain NC na say kwa na ekopem NC
eno no se da bia no me de me mpanimfo yi wo mo eye VIP na da bia me de sam mpanimfo no omo business sense me de yam fato ho ni bi say in 2009 on say you about December 2008
no
2009 and Professor Mills obedi
akonya no
Ghana pa de obedi de say that time na Professor Mills betena akonya so no nenni se bosome enum ensia ena mpanifo no kokoto eye Kia drum bed no
okay
brand new de buy it won koto Kia drum bed brand new ne de buy no ena wo mo de ko see park so Adama enkra Adama ha unu see bebe chire mpanifo ni CC bus ne nyina
sir
ese jonkofo na koto bus no de akosie Fadama just say your politics ye o man we you see jonkofo na akoto bus no de akosie Adama and ye bamp and so na that time no na home use buses and na wo mo de ye adwuma home use buses no mo de ye adwuma no and na mpanifo mienu ajawiase and Japan wo mo tena ase and wo mo kra chema usu a chen say wo mo akudru Korea no wo mo free sese the brand new buses ba enkrofo be fro who for brand new bus a dear brand new bus no etimi to home use dear 15 can you imagine who got a brand new back up and etimi to home and am penifoni me no e ka che ye chema usu debi ye for brand new no the brand new no ba na say this year brand new no man for any budget ho and I'm to miensa no obiara to miensa eno no ne eye enkono no a omudi kan ba na omudi ba ye no Marjorie unim say by the time my boss no ebeko Kumase ebe free Kumase abedru nkran na oduru aveno no offer Victory Hotel wa na nkrofo passenger fo edimirika sabase no abra home use ni sisi ho na nkrofo edimirika sabase no nkrofo edimirika sabase no enti bus no na watwe of 7 days no bus ni timi Kumase no sa baso aye one trip that time so Kumase registered company enti bus ni free Kumase na bank line ansa na free nkran Kumase enti free Kumase bank line no Kumase one trip can you believe say at the time the bus ni timi call 14 trips in 1 week of 7 days
oh sir
na bus no etimi call 14 trips into the same bus na no timi call 14 trips man panifuo no etimi increase frequency no because almost now no am dwene say de nkrofo peni brand new boss
sanet ye
and am de brand new boss and nkrofo tumrika di ekire ni abefro nkrofo tumrika di ekire ni abefro and ama eye kia into VIP for no da bia no mu hu no kia drum bed na omo salute sa bus no if it's a bus no energy adwuma ni gina mu into ko VIP museum a o ka cho say kia 09 kia 10 and a Kia 11 omo na G VIP adwuma no etnase ye etianem nyina Kumase mirwafo ni bi ho a Kumase nkokrafo ni bi ho a omo ba omo so omo twen se 09 and I said 10 ebeba na no na wa ho den can you imagine in the marketplace you know ebo backman obabechirim
politics or marketplace
politics in the marketplace
and also I want to know realities and also
oh sound
hwe I want realities no and to the out to actually I want realities na kasa awo politics in the marketplace and when I will be hu eye no kretrodo the realities na dia kan dia say what it so what dia say na kwa na nsam na kasa awo
it is edwom
ho wo pensam ate akodwom kodwom ho fotrotro aha na ne adwadifo me na mutim wo beten nsam na kasa aha wo beten nsam ne pa ti aka realities ne dia na ehwa ehwa nti aye pa
Ebo Backman, politics in the marketplace, ni analysis. We teacher ni ena ofri odwa ababedru. Inti Pamina Duncan asifo ni bi ena cheso say Mapo.
Yes.
Mapo.
Yes.
I found by the man. Oyadum anko ha. Oye. Marjorie.
Wova.
Answer Ebo Backman bebe. Yeah. Na fe no mientie we Democrat
nkrata
ne nsem kakra bi
ne mu nsem kakra ze say de MPP elections no wo national elections no fa daily statement na de nimu say de obi ayekra do manfa file wo mo twen vet ne so be chance Nyankopon ya adomo chena da bi ene 2 pm ya bi ko ene bi ko Saturday Sunday nyina on betenem adwoada bia be kontu for daily statement na or say battle lines drawn in MPP just a manfo timi file wo nominations na wo hwe chairmanship position na nipa nson e no mo file ya eno so wa ha Ghanaian Times oman no ya bomodin ya kwakwa secure loan $24.9 million ya de ba be bu akua say ye be na akua no etimi akoye because say ne de baby abeko bia sadia enra na America no Sri Lanka ye ka say Sri Lanka wa abadwuma ye fo mo public sector workers wo mo ye 1 million ena enei ya hye wo mo say wo mo nyi days be off na sa days off no wo mo bia nko no fa nko dua aduane days off no fa ko na ko dua bibia wo feature because wo ma anticipate say anhwa full shortage beba iti e ka kua iti say nen de kuya no enyasem kedo wo fa say ye secure 24.9 million ye de ba be hye kuya ne mu Yera Lanchamatin, Switzerland, you away. World Trade Organization. One more years, Yamudia. I will move back with the cotton pie, your food shortage.
Diane.
As a home by a ding. And what bad ding? Yan Shenny, yeah, what bad ding? It is a yet to be taught to again. Now, my hold 154 members under World Trade Organization. What would you then concosia? Na young who cry, ye befaso. Na Manadriano quash here, dear baby Rebecca. Hey! Yes, 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 Adriana quash.
It's famous. We are for committing me a strike at Daco.
A busy day. One more strike, I thank you. I'm going to strike it down here.
I go for a diesel. A hold diesel. Think we are forced to hold.
And then American was the wafer. We say, whoop a diesel at all. No, we never. Tuesday, and you. Send out into more baby and two day. One number,
and me too car.
When ya,
it could come and come sacre.
I think him.
And me drew a fencing, a canda overpass. Once a totabio. You do on more. Diesel, and I'm a trust, and I'm a call a year to tap. I was 37. Diesel, and I'm a call girl. I was to 37. Diesel, new.
Yaman, you want to make a cranny woman. I feel I'm sure a bit of him.
Ain't he a year shiashi? I lied it for Yamin Shiramati. I lied for Mudino, and I lied for the tone diesel be at the mammy. A homache or Babacum, baby, almost a bean one. Tank a biama who. Tank a babacono, Yatutum, and then now we are. Na bas ne breya sana bas ne nya diesel akoko toy ye aden bra wodi old stock and wodi agu asase na se na ye betum nti o twen aka wanyo obi ye no modi ye monko so a na mo so mo ye proactive National Petroleum Authority Dr. Mustafa Hamid eti mo kra mo ye na se mo yi ni pakura se nkra aka kra no so one nantes na mo fa prosini ba ko mi echi mo kwa bie ba no me yen hwe usi bi no me fa ba ni nsimo hwe se diesel ni bi o ana ka mutimi panish ba ko mienu kura enka obi hwe yi
na wo for mo mwan o
mutama manma de oni man so mo be ka kire ye se enye ye na determine price when ka se wo na determine prices
obi anka se wo na
determine kan ye
by your margins
ka bi say buy ye no a fitting time publication buy ya wadas Benada.
Yeah.
Say ya ba betutumu no. Nka at least match eye officers agum. Na nka omo call eye station. Na duru no mo a. Wonya nru okra bi kwa. Ohwe ka no ka say diesel car. O si bi enu bi na petrol. Aden.
Diesel no.
Oh, manya ye. Enti na diesel no eye 13.8.
Yes. Between that range.
Enti 13.8.
12, 13.
650 liters times 13.8. And to be saying 8,970. The boss need to free and crying echo ball gap. What to diesel? 8,970. And what they are to diesel, the echo ball gap. Asanyapa. Drone. I go back no I fat a year 4,000 at the breaker would have. Hey! Mujumu
over.
We are that
Chronicles. So the
Chronicle was saying,
finance minister, it was Afrino, and Romo to what, almost train. Romoati, I say, Krataba. Finance minister said, Untimi, Emma, Bibia Sankano. Reason or the mind, dear, I'm top parliamentarians at home. It's a non Emma, a speaker, right honorable Alban Bagwin. I say, finance ministry. Bibi o de bebe bia yo mo djuma de parliament o nya de on betena so aye enya de on beye say wo mo 70 million euros bia eno no say yes wo mo hwe no mo ye ho adwuma de de ba be bo covid ho bra no ni nyina aka ho bi eno so aba beto ho na wofa ye ra chairman sabunsu o se Ghana ye procurement processes no loopholes bebre bi wo ma say ye timi hwe na ye ho adwuma ho edi enya ya hye mra ne kete da bia ye ka ban sika no ana o man ni sika no foto no untimi fa onsa mbom keke eso da bia ye tete se ana sika ni bia kwa fafa be ne no e na o ka se kwa ye fa so de contract e de ma na se yetimi hwemu yie enam se ntokuro didem ntokuro edidem papa na wo fa Ghana no wo eye Daily Graphic enimu na Ghanaian Observer na mameka we yera makwata na no so beda moto we no so
I saw what we are human.
Oh, maybe. And then also between copy say now.
And then a free flow no.
Yeah.
Now honum. As at 6:15, 6:30.
Yeah.
Now me flow now. Me joining motorway.
Okay, now
no flow.
It's I guess I will find what didn't more said one year no. Because
say a reinforced originally no say motorway no so omoba be ye ho adwuma.
Yeah.
Inti we no de yeah.
Okay.
It remains to be seen. Roseman said,
yeah.
Nidofo Sempro or say, Roseman and I can say on Facebook Live.
Okay.
I say Sempro. It is Sempro now, go and Roseman and Sempro now.
Also, upper chocolate, yeah.
Roseman say a year or Kanda,
okay,
and a OT live.
Comments
up pillar too. Magenie, Masterpiece to London. It's a good afternoon, Father Cabri, and happy Father's Day in advance.
Yes,
and a blissful weekend to you and your crew. B90 is airborne inside Queensland, and I'm enjoying the most listened to afternoon political talk show with Angela Kwasua Kwedu Amwakum, aka Sister, Wisdom Naneji, aka Kanana. Both inside Coventry, Costello, Barking, Nana Sky, inside Walthamstow, Amanda Pia of Kent University, Alberta Thompson entry inside Gospel Oak, Betty Obing, aka Mamia, inside Taunton Heath, Adjoa Melanie, aka Mami T, inside East Dulwich, Emmanuel G. Star Frimpong, aka Nigaji, inside Bracknell, and Patrick Osajefu, inside Milton Keynes, of ADAKABRI. I must commend the road minister for his bold step he took to renovate some portions of the Temamoto Way. Father's Day in advance to Kojo Dakun, aka Cash, George Kwe Mensa, both inside Dubai, and Ode Ebaye. Evans and in Tutuka, Obuasi. Happy glorious birthday to Commander Bright Nyampom, Obuasi West, and Odebaye. Yegusu Etie, Ayamakje, and San Anna, Ora Ebo Backman.
Yes.
Politics in the marketplace.
That's right. Na Ghana pay no so there. Now for Ghana pay no
Ubusame.
Dema.
Ubusame. E-passport by me chidemu. Ugo Ghana pay mo me chanko finance minister so be contract it. Ghana pay no.
Como se ate se mumu ye bio.
Sa
na mate. Yeah, say, nay, a befriend here to me and Yanchim ye. She has a matchum. Says he, e-card, e-passport, Shally Yoko, why did you make a hey, it's a Ghana pay no, Ghana pay no. That's okay. Ghana as Abba. Dr. Burmia, a pay porter. Z-pay no. Sano, kind of bad, but honestly, me shed on ye detailed. About it, and also Making Kanya, Mamma and dinner kind, but yes, yeah, can catch an Sabia, and a foot to her, one of the Ghanaian observer, and Ghana pay another groundbreaking initiative. Dr. Baumia, and what can you say? No way, and a major required here winning my decree. Also, Kakabi, I said, ABS in Yanchimo, Ghana pay, and I was there here for page 9, I was actually moved back. And we know one now, what didn't say at the Ako, I was a First Bank wide mobile money service by universal banks, rural banks, as well as savings and loans companies to individuals and businesses. Was a Ghana Pay service, which operates like the existing mobile money service. With additional banking services, is open to everyone with access to a mobile phone, including a young phone, with or without a traditional bank account. Okay. And it is a no Ghana Pay. It was a Z-Pay for no, or we into just a pay porter. So, no, into women can to be say, the Momo account, quack of Ghana Pay. No, so it is a Ghana Pay, not a fret of Hokakra. I don't know what yeah, will be. It's an observer. I got an observer. I know a photo, no. The Vice President of the Republic, or the number, and also Ghana Pay, another groundbreaking initiative. Dr. Baumia and Okan say, that's all. Now, find that there, as usual, said you know, Kako and she and one seminal. If you know, Obisa say, I didn't know, a quine your papa no moment you queen. There's also a news to say you're quine. Yeah, papa no queen, and they said, grab a form from Swan, a dorsal, a year and Rechiana. Our matching bears and Nunum, a year boss,
ofiri aflawo ebesina kokumase na boss no free aflawo ebesina kokumase no waduru asankare kura anie ene se eye truck ono sa truck no obebetwe eye cement no on back cement ebetwe free tema na wode akwa koduru bomfa nkwanta ho eye ensuo no so iti eye truck no gina ho ene se sprinter for ya yebeya hayen na oyo overtaking na boss no yes avoid the sprinter no avoid the sprinter no na a train no and or the cocoa board truck no a packet of the road no or the cocoa board to my driver's mate at me a day if free more so no inti ubusa ho say asankare ekwana ayeden so no would free breku e de ba dance e de ba asankare barrier e de ko asankare krum ekwana te sentia e wo say BBC etimi ema enipa ewu enti driver from so esoso no etimi ebem ene sa overtaking basa no emrante ye kuta Toyota high ace you know chese car near 6 speed enti we free say or the 24 for kura no a car the best sprint enti straight away enti kakra bia onya gab kitwa bia obes sprint akoshe gab no onya gab kitwa bia obes sprint akoshe gab no ye kusutie wo
enti in fact why analysis no wa ha wachire ya kwantempon eno ne ye edi yenya eno wa ye ho analysis ni nyina wa ha sei every 2015 2016 na eba said ya kwantempon no so no edi yenya papa na wofa eye daily garden nso de aba beto ha Europe ni ne trial no de yin said yete no guso na say no say ya hoto so opuni trial na say ya hoto eye ne nsem na ogina court no sana daily guide o chiremo na publisher Ghanaian publisher and also Mr. Contractor spare the trees we Gabi ochire dako and o ka say o say contractor o ye adwuma e was painters is legon kwan no so enua de siso ono hwe no wantwa angu na enua no kwa na yeduadua bie yeduadua ye green Ghana eti wo ye adwuma na ba betwa enua na gu rough Gabi ochire dako say David contractor menyesa kra e mani ntwa say enua no engu nti contractor kra wo ye adwuma e was painters is legon kwan no so no sa na eti Christian Council for nso akasa 350 million sika dollars impo dollars the cathedral and sensem no the herald e de aba beto anim ho say Christian Council for womani enye ho krasa ade we de e be ha adwen eti eno nso emusem ayedeja da wo enti wafa se atena se de ye fa we ni si ha na yembo nwura dwom no na em se ensem no so ye ensem ho behia pa ye politics e wo dwom ye baba betie musem yie pa
politics e wo dwom
sa
the ne kurade na ya na ebe ba ne se kura ya was 5 gun down as armed thugs invade a dance praso community 5 gunned down as armed thugs invade a dance community and san and was there to us was gunmen killed driver assault others rob businessman of money and then I said a day it true normal say ewa Mr. Backman. The road is your face. Now what is saying?
I'm not the moon.
Yamuakwaba and so. Or capture we. That should be one who said, or Mr. Backman picture. Hey, who's with it? 100.9 FM. Don't pass it down for my Kunu Ghana no ena odi products ahodo ede abreye Kunu Ghana ena odi products ibaye eye araba bazin na araba bazin de ehia ma se oba obesiese no ho yie sabeeku obekọ afichire ohia ma se otimi enya araba bazin na obi ntenenka taso ena eye se odi pua ebedwa no ho no ade araba bazin ena eno so odi bua baby one mabun say ne ho si aye ne say kese wonte hwe be makura ne hia nyina no araba bazin baby a ese ne ho ntimi kura emma no araba bazin na etimi eso eboa Emma baby so a bia na awo no kra mayi a araba bazen ne timi toto no mayi de ma ama sebe oni be ma ne de ahia Emma nyinsempo etimi eba araba bazen eno na eye presa eye kunu Ghana wode aba enu akire no na araba bazen ye ma no mema nso so okamfo eye honchon capsules no de ama mema honchon capsules nso so no eye urinary disorders eye prostate disorders bema over 35 over 40 na junso mu yade na ni prostate intimi ma ne nyunso yie na bonse na junso ni bi akam junso ni bi kamu a pansi ubonse na eye abo asa akosoro na emuwa kura etimi ko eye kidney num ape kidney blockages ni the complications be brave na eye prostate disorder no ebetimi di abrewo nti se the prostate no so tie no ayese adwebi a se bi eda be ma ne sisi mu ede eba eye ne hwa ne mema no na eye droben a edemu no sa droben no na eye fluid ahodo no enam a ede eba na base se prostate no eye kese se bi wunyini no titiro ye bibifo no wunyini no ne prostate no so eye kese no na prostate no so no ba bi eda no eboko nifa ko bonkum ne boko esoro ne boko form a afi ne entimi enkobim na afi prostate no na epua ti emuni pua no na droben na damu no afi epua na esidroben no afi odwonso a se wo chim na dwonso na timi di aba odwonso a wote se tadua ne mu hyehyew wotim se wosisi achi ha se na hyehyew ni nyina no se odwonso abon se ko na dwonso no ko emu apai ni nyina na ne prostate de control capsules or wa and transma prostate eni wunya bomodene ansa na ode eye Mr. Kill no so na eboa mema ewo omo libido mu libido no eye sebe mema kwan pa so watenka no eba ma wo so sebe no ba ni hia na ahoye ode ba se be wodi si ani no na esini ni bema de ebu pa kakra ansa na sebe aku abesena ko ni nyina ne Mr. Kill na eboa wo stress obi owo stressful environment ni nyina no eye Mr. Kill na eboa ama a distressing na ho atowo king tablet no say o regulate na what me aso say o pressure no o regulate na gina yie di ama wo no say we are hypertensive a wo de any king tablet herbal product any side effect bia the konkofa chemical nroni bi na fe no wodi kwa kosi wo hypertension no na say no ma so wase ho nti da bia no king tablet no na wode ebo ho ban na kunu Ghana de ono na de nipa beba ama omanma esoso anya ho mfaso de hwe kunu Ghana o East Legon Champion Junction nti East Legon no udru ANC a on say u freestyle bite ho eko Mawako Junction ho no ma ANC utimi fa ni nifa so ni bonkum so na atimi fa ni nifa so ufa ni nifa so a na chese wode wani akira American House Africa no wode wani kire bonkum so a na chese sese wo san ba Islamic Islamic cemetery ho it ufa sa bonkum no so on ma no ubeba bedru sa junction a ufa bonkum e de akọ Islamic ana Ghana link ho no ni nifa so mo se presbytery Methodist Church no e wo ho Methodist Church no ni opposite na kunu Ghana owo enti sa junction no a o content so na akọ join the main Africa udi free shiashi ebesene de akọ American House no na ufa bunkum so a na de ko Islamic cemetery na Ghana link no ufa nifa so a ubon se Methodist Church no hon sa junction no na efe na Champion Junction ho na ubenya kunu Ghana omo corporate offices but me so afre wo mo 024 413 9176 024 413 9176 and that's 020 413 9176 020 413 9176 and that's 027 413 9176 027 413 9176 anunti yanhwe na ede yemra medi ye ho nkomo usuneti enit 100.9 FM inti nsamo a eda ho nyina quite simple. Say politics in the marketplace. Inti idwa product ben ye de ko idwom. Ana say idwa ben ene de product ben ekọ. Eno na Ubu Backman. Yane no ba betwetwe ehon komo. So akọ ba bia ye ton kwadu a ehemfo na be hu omo ho. Na akọ ba bia ton anka ehemfo na be hu omo ho. Ana say ukọ ba bia enwe wa obeton kwadu ana beton anka. Ni nyina wo mu a ye ba na ye de dwumadie no ato aso.
Ye oha FRIMPONG no. Needs FM.
What's cool, fresh and trendy with a new look? Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you glow. Anytime, anywhere. Specialized feel different. Always think specialized. Special Ice Natural Mineral Water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Hey, catch it. Listen in here. And you ma beto to dia me baba no hwade no. Hwem so betumi a. Hey, asew. Hey, now beka. Ya John tuma me ensa duku potomanto. This way chocolate drink. Na kan wo hwe afi bia so beri ni waware ne a. This way chocolate drink. Na kan sia. Oh, asew. Udan kwanu tumu ho. Me be mo anu nso hye kura dia ka ho. Uhade a wapi ho. Ukasa batete. Eda fom ho. This way chocolate drink.
Crash up a baba worry.
Aso.
Ye fear said this way chocolate drink, ya sorry, no pan on yenum. Ye bishop free gymnum no snack. Ye nya ho ho anu ye de serve wo mo. Ye did we a pebibia bogu ya de so a. This way chocolate drink in yenum. And this one what ya no a. He se kire wom, koko wom, prick wom, bibia wom. Ade wo hia ni so se.
This way chocolate drink.
De wo hia ani so se.
FDA ahwe se adwede nkratoe mo agye atum se eye.
Ye oha FRIMPONG no. Needs FM.
Adunti ena yane owura Ebo Backman ebetwetwe nkomo wo Neat 100.9 FM. Ebo Backman oye writer ena oye political analyst. Na so ko ba bia enwe dɔɔso a ede na beton ho like mensa na betimi a kyerɛ ye sese ye. Kwadu ena opɛ. Kwadu ena opɛ. Entini nyina nse Ebo Backman atotom efrim fanteman mu. And Wababidrum. He's a writer and he's a political analyst. Na Yadika Amanakwaba. Ebo? What your normal bibri? Articles bibri. Na as a writer, didn't motivate you to write on political happenings?
Amateur articles. This particular topic, this particular topic here, we're discussing. Oh yeah, the politics and the marketplace.
Politics and the marketplace.
The political market analysis.
The political market analysis.
Yes, yes. Political market analysis. Oh yeah, more the genesis of it. What to 2020 about you know? There was some coordinated invasion be on social media, and I realized there people started posting pictures of the vice president and then the trade minister, Dr. Bawumia Nonye Rural and Chiramantin, and the whole idea was that okay. Dr. Bawumia is going to be the president. Alan is going to be his running mate. I realized it was something like was intentionally done on social media. So I said, I've been mistaken in MPP for way. So I wrote first article. And the title of the article was, why would MPP want to commit political suicide?
Why would MPP want to commit political suicide?
The idea behind the article was to let people understand that politics on yaza eyen keke. The part politics out there tinefum na assisting them be na etin them be ase. Until just after elections. Just after the elections. So I mean, I don't think it was even 1 week after the elections. Then you started with these things. I said, people can't be serious. Then that article came out. And in that article, the bomb wasn't to two, sure there. Mankwafure Kano will be a suicide for MPP. So they should stop it. Because you have to understand the nature and the characteristics of the Ghanaian political market before you think of the candidate or the product to produce for the market.
Also, political market, you know?
Yes. Yes, you need to understand the nature of it. You need to understand how the market operates. Then, on the basis of that, you select a candidate or a product for the market. You don't start with the product. You start with the market. So I realized that people were getting the whole thing wrong. That is why I wrote the first article. But then, I want us to start today's discussion with 4-point foundation. 4-point foundation. 4-point foundation. The first point is that every MPP member of the party must understand that politics is a game of strategy. Politics is a game of strategy. What would they be in? Politics is a game of numbers. Not today, Basa. Politics is a game of comparative advantage. Then finally, politics is a game of power. It's a game of power. First point, politics is a game of strategy. You can't do politics without strategy. And you can also strategize in a vacuum. Your strategy must be based on the market that you are operating in and the competitor you are competing with. Inti politics, sebeya, what's the date in the phone? And now, it's there. Even strategy in the user. Mutu na menya numbers, which is the second point. Because without strategy, you are just taking a walk on the park. I mean, and in Namkake, with that aim, you should have a strategy. So I believe that MPP must have a strategy going into 2024. And the strategy must be based on the nature of the political market and the kind of competitor you are going to compete with. That means there may be any informal strategy. Because the strategy, if it goes well, or if it is done well, will give you the numbers. Because the strategy is to have numbers. Politics is a game of numbers.
Strategy to garner numbers.
Yes, to garner numbers. Because politics, so what we are? Oh yeah, parta onya abanodo do onya ne kaseno no we declare winner. So a game of numbers. On your game of the consideration there. Oh, 1 year's important consider because of one no. What to abaninya hen?
It said the football. Goals, in politics, numbers.
Numbers, because you need numbers to win. So your strategy must lead you to numbers. And once you get the numbers, that is where you have to know which areas in Ghana do you have your numbers from. Which regions in Ghana? There extra data, previous election data now. Or which areas in Ghana among numbers to win elections. Because the numbers will then give you a comparative advantage
over your competitor.
So the numbers will help you to have competitive advantage over your competitor. Because you are taking a decision to come up with a product. The question you ask, the product is a marketer. Obama advantage over my competitor. and also my competitor bring an advantage over me. Because you are not just going to sell, you are going to sell to make profit. In this case, you are not just going to contest an election. You are going to contest an election to win power. And that is the fourth point. Because the comparative advantage that will then give you the power. ADAKABRI, you see, we need to understand something. Political party biano, you onyipokuwe basa Political party biya onyipokuwe basa The one party no ba power no, unya she. The one kofo no wado so power party biya Party no ba power no, they contributed their sweat, their blood, their money for the party to win power. But the party no ba no, the one kofo no unya she. The man Crawford no nyina do kope. Wona nyina do yin there say aban yan party yan Crawford wo sisale. The menya hwe a ebia na the yitum na you retain power. Na say leader foforo no obutu am true leader no mutu menya bibi. So those people no wona nyina do wo on power.
Ye ba power no me ba ya mfa na dwuma. Enti bia se nipa foforo ba dia nessa new groupings no ebi ebe fa me ba adwuma
mpanyefo se na wona enya kuna nka wo so enya eja
so wona
enya kuna so enya eja meaning na wona wo si siaren na say enya hwea ebi na bi foforo ba wo so wo mbo baba o say na ebi na waki kwesi men say as regional so baby kwesi men say so ebi na oyo uncle and also oyo wunyanko bi na uncle. So that is how politics is all about. Now, this group of people, no, I don't hear any power. Oh, you want to win your share?
Oh, you have power. Win your share, no?
Yes.
You almost share any power.
The second group here, I want a part in the band, no, when you BB. I'm not quite so a broad party no more, but maybe through connections and to whom you know, where to when you BB or party more. But this group of people, so one concern should be power. Do you know why?
Tell us.
Because any appointment, unless a party will retain power, you are out. Any contract, unless a party will retain power, you are out. So the first people when you major concern power. The second people now who when you be with is water filter from kakano. Once who major concern is power. Now there's a third group of people. The third group no, why young one now. When you want who party no mama, one what brother, what should be your party no more?
GBK fue. Yamatanasi. Third group is in the certain beam.
Oh yeah, when you want who party no mama, when you politics seem to get something again, they are in politics to control.
I mean,
you are control. They want to control the party. Those people know because also when you want who know. If the party goes into opposition for let's say 10 years, but they will survive.
And
they will survive. So their concern is not the power per se. Their concern is to control the party. And I don't want to mention names, but MPP, there are a lot of people who want to control the party now. Now, even if the party should go into opposition, that is when their strength will come out, because that is when one always go party no more, because then they can control the party. Now, to the third people, no, this conversation may not interest them. But to the first group and the second group, no, nkomo yezi also they would say ni power.
Power no more.
Yeah, power. Because in your bia power no be menye bi. Then you be so power na me keep them sustaining.
Them one me ya.
Them microphone why won't care. What they don't care about power. They want to control the party. This every political party we them microphone. In MPP we have such groups, 3 groups in MPP. And the first 2 are the people that I want to communicate to this afternoon.
And common no ye you know. What should I say? Politics there. There's a strategy edimu akotene. And numbers edimu akotene.
Yes.
And a comparative advantage edimu akotene.
Yes.
And power edimu akotene.
Yes.
Na in the political party no 3 groupings.
Yeah.
1 year ye nya hwe na wo mo hwehwe senkan such na ye ba ya ombenya bi. Any woman manya being so no as a hinge on power being sustained. And a woman yen who say chum. Now one more dear eba se power ni ho kura no a ombetimi adidi akoya nim kakra enti no ye control of the political entity eno omohwehwe na wo de onkomo aye bedie no sa two groupings no of wo mu anya hwe ene wo mu omanya bibia de omunya ye no a hinge on substance of power and a person no mudi nkomo oye
okay ADAKABRI man church baby MPP see ya internal elections you are electing officers for the party ya polling station ya electoral coordinators ya constituency ya region. Now the last one waka national. Now you need national executives, national officers to run the party. Now when MPP is going to elect national executives, the issue of marketability doesn't come in. Because national executives, here you want who we are, all they do is that they manage the party. And see, when you are going to elect a national executive, about to consider certain factors to be the reason why to abase Obi. For example, Obi Bakade, I want to vote because of money. Then I'm scam because the chairman in his sky member, so I'm scam to amo. We Bakade, oh, you mean kwaswar. Mean if you crow do. Mean one yanku yes kubi. Into Motuaman or national chairman or general secretary. When people consider these factors to vote, I don't have problem for them or problem with them because your internal elections in Ayaroko. The most important thing is that also you are competent. But if beyond the competence you want to consider money or other factors to vote for the person, I don't have problem. But then we are an internal election. The most important election we have ahead of us, only the presidential primary. In the presidential primary, until the internal ones, here is the difference. The internal one say to we are. It ends there. General secretary begins to work as a general secretary. He begins to write letters, represent the party here and there. National chairman also begins to chair meetings and also all that. But say you got to aba, let's say presidential candidate. ADAKABRI onka hwara. Ono a different gra because ono party ni ye na no. The man nyimpa no. O say there yanyi kogom. That is where the market issue comes in. Ye na as a party no. O say there yanyi kogom.
Ekoton
no. Ekoton. So the question is iguana ye nyimpa na ekoton wo mu no iguan ne bobia sedan. Iguan nusum sedan. Iguanu one no na wuzi makoten pa.
Yane Ebo Backman, we a writer and was a political analyst and a aiding komo. Na all bia no ma bia ni so e de akere yen.
Because in iguana sa you may produce wrong product. Mama typical example. Pork. Eko Germany a serious delicacy. The Germans like pork.
Domidoin.
Yes, they like pork. So pork in itself is not a bad product. If you speak to a German, the same pork, take it to Saudi Arabia. Asamaba. So you see that the market is what is making the difference. It is not the pork itself. Because pork as a product, maybe what we're praising. Maybe what's all your haram. So if you want to produce any product, before you produce, you begin with the market. You have to understand the nature of the market. You have to understand the characteristics of the market. I don't know about Bow as that or said that. And see, I mean, my argument in you there. MPP, we are going to elect a presidential candidate. Now, in Tumbo Slim, na him may pay. Now, and kick the gum, never far domon to the return.
Because the man you know
and by force all the water. It doesn't happen like that.
But what require your comparative analysis? See ye chairman, Sentia chairman, ye know the obey, and ye presidential candidate. The ye be ye debate to us obey.
Yes, chairman will say, yeah, you know we are. He becomes the leader of the party, managing the party. Chairman, young Tony View. Young Tony Magana for. Yeah, you know we. And so no marketability issue doesn't come in. Into chairman, you can consider factors to be there. Oh, chairman, what from money no office, or from money fee, mom sika, or invite him from full plane. As a back cry. I mean, you can consider all these things to vote for a chairman. But then when it comes to presidential candidates, these factors, they are not necessary. Because Obia Muska, Obia Martin plane, that's on your market tabula. That's a kotu. It means you are sending the party into opposition. Into my argument in there. Okay, MPP, we have two main candidates. I mean, let's face it. The contest, I respect all the other candidates contesting, but we have two main candidates. Honorable Alan Martin and Dr. Baumia. His Excellency. These two people are the main So, analysis, I want everybody to situate these two people
in the analysis.
And see which of them the nature of Ghana political market. No, Yakoto and Ghana for bottle. Or it's simple. This is a fact. Why a newspaper review? No, okay there. The political market in place only the reality. And indeed, that is the reality. The reality, you can't deny it. It's a fact. For example, let me start by saying that Ghana political market is very competitive.
Very
extremely competitive. MPP going into this election, let's face it, unless you don't want to accept it, 2024 is going to be the most difficult election for some reasons. First, the 8-year jinx is against MPP. Ghana,
okay,
that's subconsciously, politically, people think that every 8 years is about. There are people like that. Those people, they don't want that one.
They follow such thinking.
Yeah. Two. Let's face it. Ghanaians are complaining. And when we are going into an election, some of these things are not good for you. Going in 2024, if you consider the 2020 election results now, it's even there. We are going to have the most difficult elections on our hands going to 2024. Let me show you a picture. One more picture of 2024. I want everybody to see this picture, 2024. If you want to see 2024 elections, how it's going to be. First, consider 2020 elections. How people had sleepless nights. When the election results, when it was being declared, you could find your running stomach, you could find your diarrhea. Because in that results, most of them MPP, my sister Penny, obviously Lu several times because if you consider that the results, NDC was rising, MPP was coming down because our difference in 2016 or dropping. So we were coming down, NDC made some gains. So that is one picture. Second picture is what happened in Parliament. See the fight that happened there? That should tell you how intense the election is going to be like. Another picture is, look at what is happening in Ghana. I mean, look at what is happening. Some people understand that what is happening in Ghana is as a result of pandemic, Ukraine, and other things. Others don't understand anything like that. So such people too have a problem with us. So if you consider all these things and the fact that the 8-year jinx is against us, you can then appreciate the 2024 elections, how it's going to be like.
But I say, Nipa do no ewa adwene bi say Ghana there since 1992. Party echo 8 years irrespective. Said the oho. Yes, sano. Emma we eba. Thank for no madwene oho. And ehun susu a ewo nipa mu no. And we created that mental picture at the amayen. Abra ye bobo.
See that should tell you there. We don't have to hide it. Elections 2024 is going to be the most difficult. So we don't go into this election with Matramakwe.
So you're better prepared.
You need to. That is why the strategy must come in. Because you are going to compete with a party. Last election, MPP Aduma, they would have had majority in parliament. Look at what happened. So you don't go into such election like that.
The kids grew up.
No. My pick a candidate to be a pay. I'm going to put it on the market. Any factor be about affect wo numbers.
Any factor.
Any factor be about affect wo numbers negatively be ano. 20. Because it's going to be very close contest.
This is a game of numbers.
Game of numbers.
And the strategy will produce you the numbers.
The numbers.
And that gives you the comparative advantage. Eventually having you power.
Yes, that is it.
It is the comparative advantage can be otherwise put as a victory.
Yes.
So strategy gives you the numbers.
Yeah.
The numbers gives you the victory.
Yeah.
And the victory gives you power.
Power. So that should be your strategy. You don't go into an election anyhow. And let me tell you this. This is the market. I want you to listen to me well. This is the nature of the market in which the same market NDC will also present their product. We know NDC product ahead of time. Yes. John Mahama said, he will be NDC candidate. There's no two ways about that. So we know NDC candidate, John Mahama. So we are here to present our candidate. So knowing the nature of the market and knowing the nature or the type of competitor you have, you choose your candidate.
It in having known your competitor, no?
Yes.
Now we share the nature of the market now. It should have a dip into what you decide or who you bring as your candidate.
Exactly. Let me give you an example. Let me take you to Nigeria and give you the Nigeria example. Nigeria, PDP were you one candidate first?
Abubakar.
Yes, Atiku. Now, Atiku is from the north. So PDP were you one candidate from the north. They were the first to do that. Then it was the turn of APC to also elect their candidate. Now, by the nature of Nigerian political market, the Muslims are in majority.
52.9.
Yes. So Muslims are in majority in Nigeria. So the moment PDP chose Atiku Abubakar, then APC also said, okay, we are also going to elect our candidate. Now, who is our competitor? Atiku?
Muslim North.
Muslim North. Okay. What is the nature of the market? The Muslim dominate the market. Which candidate do we pick? So they decided to come to the south to pick a candidate. But then they didn't pick a Christian. Because they know that politics is a game of comparative advantage. Comparative advantage. If they had also picked, or if they had picked a Christian, in terms of numbers, PDP would have had an advantage over them.
Because of the nature
of the political market.
Which is dominated by Muslims.
So even when they came to South, which is dominated by Christians, they picked a Muslim. It's a political strategy. It doesn't mean the party doesn't like Christians. This is commonsensical.
But you are looking for the numbers.
You want numbers.
And the numbers are stashed in the
Muslim community. And your opponent has picked a Muslim. They are in majority. What do? You also pick a Muslim so that you defray that one. So nobody has advantage of anybody in terms of that. Then let's battle it out.
With the non-Muslim
community. So that is what they did. Let me tell you, the scenario in Nigeria is like the Ghana reflection of Ghana. Let me explain. Nigeria, the sitting president is a Muslim. The vice is a Christian. The president was seen to be supporting the vice. Primaries, But the party thought, Mr. President, you are making a mistake. By the nature of the market, the candidate you are supporting will not help us. So the delegate went against the president's choice and voted for Tinubu. Because they realized that because of the nature of the market, Tinubu will defray that advantage that Atiku will have over any candidate they pick who is a non-Muslim. So that is what the Nigerians did. Come to Ghana. Our president is a Christian. He is seen to be supporting the vice. The main competitor, who is John Mahama, is a member of the largest group or largest, how do you call it, community in Ghana. Do you know that no group of people, when they come together, can be more than the number of Christians in Ghana?
Okay.
Because the largest grouping in Ghana is the Christian community.
Okay.
No other people can come together
and have more numbers than Christians.
Than that. So listen, look at the logic here, or the common sense here.
The logic is much more politically correct.
Yes. So 52% they considered numbers game.
Mm-hmm. And then picked Muslim.
You are 72%.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to do otherwise? Then what kind of strategy are you having? How do you want to win the elections? So this is the issue. This is the issue. This is the nature of Ghana political market. Now let me explain the 4-point political market features of Ghana so that Nkofati Mama can see.
Political market
features. The features or the characteristics of the Ghanaian political market. 4 main features. And these features are considered one in terms of numbers. In terms of numbers. One, we are saying that the market is dominated by women. Yes. So the young candidate we na ekoton no. Market na ekoton wo mu no. Mba na odoso. So the point is that if mba na odoso even candidate no dey pick. Ko just am kana say
chese obeye mma no ebeso wo mani. Yes.
Because election, let me tell you, election, you need to appeal to dominant groups.
You need to appeal to dominant groups. Because you are looking for
numbers. That's how you win elections. So one dominant group in Ghana are a women. According to Ghana last census, Mesafo Ghana, or 50.7. In Benfica 49.3. So in Ghana, women are more than men. So they are the dominant group. So if you are picking a candidate, you need to consider the candidate in the light of the woman. The candidate is a more finance and cotton or market in the door. Messiafo Botana.
Because a man so dorsal.
What dorsal? Because Messiafo was Azibian San Watwaba, Bissebia. Messiafo Pebeina or one who brassy. Then you know one who brassy. O Pebeina Ozinukwa. Bissebia.
Or Bemo kind of correct.
Ozinukwa. Ossi, yes or yes. So, Kade. Phone or that table you do. Ebokono the table no do. That's the kind of men women want.
Mesandia ko humana mawa.
Obesandia. Nti mbesiafo pedam kind of way. Na mbesiafo so wo pebeyin na obosi.
Eh dem bia.
Yeah, obosi.
Akwa obosi ntra.
O pebeyin na obosi. Yes, o
pebeyin. We kanu kunu na nkampe. Enka me baro na nkampe.
Yes.
Enka me boy no na nkampe. Ide bia no nyaaya. Ba ma obosi e de.
Yes. Na mbesiafo so one thing in there. Bese bia no say ne ban ewie school no nye adwuma ya. The burden, the women normally they bear the burden.
That's my okay there. I mean chwa no. Maami bi retired nurse bi na oba ye say opa adwuma ma ne ba. Na me je ne feso. Na me de me je ne feso na me ka so ya na o de o ma ne ba ne nsi abonten na ne ba no nye de. Empa adwuma no. Na o CV kura ne ba so you wate oba ka che ne ba ne ade. Na no pa. You go do adwuma mu nonso ne fa. Nonso ne fa na me duru wono mu ami nsi mfirika em kura ya maami na abegina kai. Hey!
Yes.
Maami na adan. Acho, me my office kura me bo mpae. Inti twen as a twen me na me nko office na me mo mpae. Me bo mpae we ya woni first person. Wura mu a ai ka se me ba no. Hwe na me ma ono aso nya yi. Na ohunu ha. Ya no. And me ne na ba.
Yeah.
Abe me ba ya che graduate of a university. Ne maami.
Yes.
A retired nurse. Anything anim or a bearman so ne ba no so ya accountant. And I'm sure say din I'm say I'm what you kwala so. On say a yeni
abadai. Mr. Afu abadai. I had a similar situation with my mom. So women a burden yejuma, the burden, emotional burden, financial burden.
And my many feeling more. Sine ne papa.
Yes. It is a obi but there so obi the president Obama ejuma ba ma ne benye bia ya.
Obani betie more.
Betie more.
I know Presbyterian Church, a man in it.
Yes, because the Eba Kohuma obey 5 years, we school 5 years, 3 years, 4 years. That's on Juma. It's a burden mostly on the woman.
You go to analysis on Facebook Live. Joe Ampo for some country or say Ghana is different from Nigeria. Joe Ampo for some country or say the way Wotin Fifri. Joe, one of the worker will be an agony. With the men, you know, I be a bit papa. And Richard Sark, what do you say? The issue of numbers is a strategy that works even in advanced democracies. And anyone that plays down on it will be deceiving themselves. The recent federal election in Australia showed how the numbers factored influence campaigning. You had former Prime Minister who is from Liberia, from Liberal National Party, spending more time campaigning in marginal seats, and the opposition leader, now Prime Minister, spending more time in Labour marginal seats. And or they buy or say, Amy Jude, he didn't say Ghana is the same as Nigeria. Listen to the marketability analysis he's making and stop jumping to conclusions. It is ora. In fact, 10 years be a magistrate to be a Siasama Wakan, Opa no wafa, Opa memfa. Or say politics is a game of strategy. Or say politics is a game of numbers, and the numbers should give you victory, comparative advantage, and eventually it should give you power. And what Nasin Wakacho say, any pami and sa and our political party be it is through the other power. Nasani panimi and sa, one more party niba power, Omunya she no, or say one dawson. Or say one more party niba power, Omanya bibi, but the Omanyano. It is hinged on party no continued stay in power. Almost power more. A bit of swamming. Ya mia ma fufrupe. Tankrofono. A control of the political party. Tewa opposition. Tewa power. And one more here. Almost the power no more here. Control of the political party. And what the Abba will say. The Bia Dano or strategy no should tell you of the dominant groupings. In the dominant groupings in Assam and not in Nigeria, a bear more. The 52.9% of Nigerian population are Muslims. And until Odi can is a piece a year APC for Edi can say PDP Fwakofa Atiku Abubakar from the north of Nigeria were Muslim no. Then they also tilted towards a Tinubu. I will free the south now or Muslim. Because they were looking for the Muslim numbers now 52.9%. And the Nigerian president, seemingly, na ese ojina ne hwan ne vice echi. And until the party decided to go contrary to their outgoing president, na oka no de ba Ghana. Ebeka na yen washase and was say Ghana ma and the door so a true mu and the hene. Do ramu yankin asem what yana. What's the political market characteristics?
Yes,
a man a dorsum,
yes,
and a watcher, a man what appeals to them.
Yes.
So
you choose a candidate on the basis of the things I've said. Yeah, and be cultural. So what should they be in? Oh yeah, the next dominant group, only the youth. The youth in Ghana. They are the most active segment in the market.
Women actually no next dominant group no the youth well the most active the political party say about rally next rallying why kase man kofi hu dey ewodoma or youth no ko kase the party do am wodom that be an youth no na show more
yes say go keep fit or youth no ko keep fit if the party no Ghana, if there will be demonstration, the demonstration youth was marketing. So the most active members on the market, on the youth, it is a really candidate. You can't ignore the youth and choose any candidate you want and go and force it on the youth. Ghana, ADAKABRI, the most important issue facing the youth in Ghana is employment issue. Unemployment is the most pressing issue facing the youth in Ghana. Mpanyinfo si yefun enwa or ekom ohwehwe anyi emi
ye kom no
ohwehwe anyi emi oningi there Ghanaian youth two issues the onye ejuma obenye sika or money and cash issue to the youth. Ask any youth, money or job and cash issue or a job and cash, because the muntum kuwiazi my what's the name Bible says in 1 year juman memondizi. So the youth in Ghana no more shine there obi baba obomo wenye juma waye
we created that enabling environment. I mean anya juma ye amu akwaji champion phone no.
Yes. It is onye juma ya obi nyesika
benyesika
ozi bia ba konma ozi bia war so put out your school those your school fees. So the youth in Ghana, the major issue is youth unemployment. Until when you are selecting a candidate, you consider there if the candidate is a million them according Ghana for marketing or youth lose marketing now. When the youth what to about man easily. The youth will look at whoever is promising them jobs, they will look at the person's track record. They will see whether the person has done it before.
A demonstrable track.
Yes. Because the question is that even the Juma were creating before.
I bet me so
the youth will look for. It's not just a. Let me tell you, this election is not going to be just promise.
You
see,
the voters are becoming discerning.
Yes, because some promises have not been kept. So this time we are more enlightened, and they want to know whoever is promising them. Have a record now. If we create, let's say, 200,000 jobs.
Oh, Juma background work creating. And what about
yes.
And they will be looking for who can create or who can the promise, obey me redeem.
Yes, but very important. But the youth are not going to joke in the next election.
They wouldn't be taken for a ride.
No. I'm telling you, unless you don't want to admit it, because we stay with them, we live with them, we hear what they say, and that is one. That is the second point. The third point is that Ghana, the actual Ghana population, almost half belongs to one community, which is the Akan.
Oh, okay. Akan dominated.
Akan community. And you can't go into an election and not consider this community. They are 47.5% of Ghana population. In fact, before this census, no, 49.5. So others have gone up. So now 47.5. How can you go into an election and not give or pay attention
to that dominant group?
Because MPP, the Farabai, is from the Akan communities. I mean, predominantly from the Akan communities. Even though we then 1 or 2 MPP know, Nkanufuum, Ahunafuum, Akanfuum, but one do now with the Akan community. Now, ADAKABRI, listen to this. I want to give you example.
Give us
interesting example. The reason why the issue of ethnicity are important in politics is that MPP in the last elections, what Ashanti region did for MPP was able to stand against 9 regions. NDC, only the MPP.
Yeah, Ashanti region. Ayama MPP in terms of numbers,
yes.
It means standing against NDC 9 regions.
9 regions. Last election, MPP winning 7 regions. NDC winning 9 regions. 9 regions, all the 9 regions the NDC when winning MPP will beat MPP with a difference of 1,151,000. Now be good. All the 9 regions will beat MPP They beat MPP with a difference of 1,151,000. Okay. Ashanti region alone Ashanti region alone, MPP beat NDC with a difference of 1,141,000.
The gap between MPP and NDC was over 1 million.
So the difference between what MPP was the BT NDC or Ashanti region. The X2 fee, ma MPP NDC for what BT MPP in those 9 regions now. The difference is a little over 8,000, which means Ashanti region alone as an Akan region was able to stand against
9 regions. NDC winning as a Jara.
So it means going into 2024, you will need Ashanti region again like never before. Because Yempio, Greater Accra, NDC won. And I don't want to be a doomsayer. It is most likely NDC will win again.
With Greater Accra?
Yes, Greater Accra. It's most likely. And the difference may even be wider than the previous elections. I'm telling you this. And so you also need your vote in Ashanti region
to appreciate.
Yes, to appreciate. Because last election, if you compare the 2016 and 2020 elections now, if you compare the two, 2020 election, MPP perform when I was in perform. So this time, all I was in Opeja, even beyond what we had in 2016 in terms of percentage.
Now, MPP should be looking at something in the region of over 2 million votes in Ashanti
region. So it's very important.
Very key.
Very key. And other Akan communities. Like Eastern region. We need to win more than we won in the last election. Like Central region. Like Western region. Like Bono and Ahafo. Those regions, we need to increase our numbers more than. You need a candidate who can easily connect
with communities.
With these communities,
And crystallize it into 47.5 Akan community.
Let me give you some example. Afrifa, MPP no who from now some time ago. I think it was President Kufuor's second term. Afrifa,
government teacher no.
Yeah, no.
Afrifa.
Oh, we can't buy election from now. I'm going to tell you something interesting. You can buy election.
Air conditioning na you reduce air conditioning no hanti na papa no. Oti emfifire no.
Yeah.
You bomb na air conditioning you reduce no.
Yeah. ADAKABRI, you can buy election no. That time no. And I'll mention some names interestingly. Lord Comey was the organizer of the party. Mr. Peter McMahon was the chairman of the party. I think John Boyd was the youth organizer then.
That is the national executive from 2005 thereabouts.
Yes. And the general secretary was Ohininto.
Anna.
You call them by elections, you call operation center, where all of us gathered, and they were to share the work for us to go to the field. Now, Mr. McMahon, who know Lord Comey, what's the Bachman wa himfa? Bachman wa himfa. Nam so moha. What's the Bachman say ye? Community bi wa ha. Oyan fantiful. Community bi oyan fantiful. Wo bina. What's electoral rate go fan bina. Na ayase. Oyan fantiful we go mo fa.
You can ayase.
Ayase, yes.
I can see ayase.
We go mo fa. Oya settlers, farmers or abaseti war. Ehono. Na hono what to abebiala? MPP lose. Some of the polling stations, there were 5 executives. What to about 2 million 3 votes?
Let's just say polling station executives crano.
One two man. Inti watch a jumano. Now Lord Comey. No him McMahon, Mr. Peter McMahon. What's the Bachman? How a conference pa. Unkofno wa fantiful. Inti lead I know Hackman, former MP for Apam.
Call Hackman.
Yes.
A fair colored guy, no?
Yes.
No, a lecturer at UST.
Yes, I think he's still a lecturer there.
Okay.
One lead them to me. Now one call them fancy dominated community, no? Why?
So we are still talking about marketability.
Marketability. Because they realized that we could easily connect You see the connection
at them time will be as a presidential candidate for that particular community now. By virtue of your connection with them, resonation, you know,
advantage.
My advantage. I want a hackman near the one call.
What's young lead into Yeroquan? Enin. Was part. Benito.
Hey, was part. Deputy Minister.
Ofori Kregu
Nanaya
was part. No, some others. Into Yakra, no, was the Bachman. How don't you have one Kasakasepa because one of our comfort. And do you know what?
Because every by election, once I'm not walking you.
Yes.
Yako by election.
Yes.
They hear me say MPP, etimi, man, Ghana and numbers, no, or consolidate you more. Na no near chair, you man, no. Yet me, I analysis, in the strategic analysis, no, it was a half one, or more a fantasy, or my best settle. No one to my MPP, into CSC Abako, near numbers, Nidia, Backman, Hackman, Muniani Monamongo.
Yakra, so no, a year more, pa. You were yet to for the first time. MPP won in all the polling stations there.
The fancy-dominated community.
One of the polling stations, no, who's a champion? NDC, who's a champion?
JH, who's a champion?
No, polling agent.
Oh boy,
I'm telling you, that's
majority leader.
Oh, yeah, that should tell you the most when you are here. But a Juma kind who were able to connect. And you come from Tekasa, no, your Kasa, and your church, and some one as a Kufuabe, Nazi. We were able to connect. As I'm making, Mr. McManutasi,
Lord
Cometasi, you can ask them.
Yes,
we won in all those areas
because of a
connection,
an improved strategy.
Yes,
designed to garner more numbers.
Yes. So, if you get a candidate that can connect with the dominant groups, almost advantage over your competitor. That's what I can say. That is politics. Or a game of numbers.
First dominant group, women. Over 50% here, over 50% of Ghana's population are women.
They are women.
And then the youth, majority of it, the voting groupings, you know, the youth in the door. So.
Yeah.
And then account communities, you know, 47.5% of the population of the country.
Yes.
And then you set 4 dominant groupings.
Yes, but even with the account one, let me bring this point. You see, Ghana, historically, no. I don't know how it happened, but since 92, you can check. No president, no one has become president without winning Central Region presidential election votes.
The mysteriousness of Central Region.
Yeah. Only that, 92. Obi president, he won Central Region. Since 92. NDC, since 92. They have always presented somebody from Central Region on their ticket.
Since 92.
Since 92, from Accra to Professor Mus
to
Emisata
to Nana Jane.
Every election in Ghana, NDC has somebody from Central Region on their ticket. So they know the value of the region. You need to win the region to become president. In the last election, MPP lost 9 constituencies in Central Region.
Yet
Nanado won
the region,
and he's the president of Ghana. So most importantly, you will need somebody who can connect to that region if you want to win election in Ghana. Let me give you this statistic. 2008 was the first time we wanted to break the 8. Yeah. We nearly broke the 8. But for our own internal mistakes.
2008, you mean?
Yeah, 2008. Now, after the first round, Ghana was then 10 regions.
Yes.
MPP won in only 2 regions.
2, Ashanti and Eastern.
2 out of the 10. Ashanti and Eastern.
Yes.
And these 2 regions, and other performance in other regions. Oh man, 49.3%.
49.3% between Ashanti and Eastern. Let's just say, yes. Me Ghana just under 50%.
No, if that election we had won Central Region,
bingo,
would have won the election.
Central Region in 2008, Tanka MPP to me winning Ashanti and Eastern
would have won the election.
Because
you see, that's what I'm saying. It's a mystery region. You can't explain it. Since 92, you can't explain it. And Ghana, MPP, the regions you can say, MPP stronghold. As we say, we swap a high and strong or two.
2 regions.
Yes.
And I bet we don't say MPP stronghold. Tell us.
Ashanti region and Eastern region.
Okay.
On a region consistently.
Follow MPP.
MPP. Other regions, like Bono, and they also do well. But comparatively, these two are the regions you can say the young regions Sankasa. So, going into 2024 elections, you will need a candidate
from either.
Yes, who can connect the MPP as a party and the region well. Because if that connection is not there, I am telling you, Obaya neutral, so they will vote for whoever.
Yes. Free for all.
Free for all. But you see, does it make sense? Let me ask this question. In the next election, this is what is going to happen.
And George, ADAKABRI, what this man is saying is very authentic. Take it or leave it. This will be the reality on Facebook Live. And Odebaye. I'm a poco quoting. I say, in the first run in 2008, Nana won 4 regions, not 2. It was the second, was when he won 2 regions. Please, for accuracy's sake. Did they specify first round or second round? Or did you just say in the 2008 elections?
The 2008 elections. Maybe I have to cross-check, but I'm convinced that what I'm saying is true. Yeah. ADAKABRI, in the next elections, NDC candidate is coming from the northern region.
Yeah.
PNC candidate will come from northern region. Now, I got a part of an APC now.
I got APC.
APC will also come from the northern region. ADAKABRI, 3 parties are choosing their candidate from the northern region in the next elections.
PNC, APC, NDC. From the northern part of the country. I want to ask this question. What advantage would MPP have to add up to the north?
To also choose their candidate from the north. In terms of numbers.
So you are asking what advantage?
Yes.
If you are looking for numbers,
yes.
What advantage would you want to add up to?
Because because the reason why Mahama will win in the north, the Pell, let's face it, he will win in the north. But the vote will be shared between the 3 of them. Why do you also pick a candidate there when you can pick a candidate from the south? To take advantage of the south.
Where your traditional stronghold.
Yeah, your traditional stronghold.
That's why you can't party.
Can't party. You see, let me say this, ADAKABRI. If MPP is a national party, why are there? There are contest internal elections, like chairmanship. You pay the Ghana phone there, national party. Why they rotate our national chairmanship?
Okay. We can begin to rotate national chairmanship.
To reflect that the party is a national party. That one is within our power to do that. But you can't rotate presidential candidates because of the nature of the market.
On the presumptuous ideological leanings.
Yeah, you can't say that Mufa candidates for this place. When in natural fact, you know that elections will lose. But you can choose a national chairman from Western region this time. The next election, you can choose Eastern region, somebody as a national chairman. You can rotate that to reflect the fact that the party is a national party. But when it comes to the presidential candidate, the issue of marketability should be the reason for choosing a candidate. Because the essence of politics is to win power.
You are looking at marketability.
Marketability. It is not the. Let me tell you, if it will take an account person 1,000 years for MPP to rule, let it be so.
So long as you have power.
What is that? Because power no ba. You change that.
Ebo. Ebetuado. Nemo uko jom. Na enri ne wo jom ho no mo a. Ubeton kwadu anase ubeton anka. Backman from the Central Region. He's a writer, he's a political analyst, and now when he didn't come on, or say politics is a game of strategy, politics is a game of numbers, politics is a game of comparative advantage, that is victory, and politics is all about power. And now they catch you. As a political party, be no mammy and son. Woman party by woman yashi. They are looking for power and they are looking for an alternative person. Obey me the power no at the Abraham Mutuania Bibia 20 and year. One Mutuania power no so. I just have the power is hinged on a substance of the power. I part no etimi a coyano. So and a bisudia. Woman who said chum. When you who say chum or more control, be it in opposition, be it in power, Sankrofono. Name was say or share a year political market features, characteristics in anything. Was the women are more in Ghana, the youth are more in Ghana, the accounts are the higher, just under 50%. He will tell us the fourth one. Ninjano, analysis, Yagusua, name Okojum. Ukojum was see Usha market no and one no ma de beko ukoso akwa pay ni en top was adwom we mu a wo de pay de beba na lucky mensa and any ka say a lucky mensa so be the favorite and na maba wa na yesi so nyina omode ade be ne Araba Bazin from Hunchung Kunlu Ghana and did him mema so no to solve their prostate disorders omode Hunchung capsules and did him to distress almost stress beko for omode na omode Mr. K and AD Jumano and send an engineer mono with hypertension and nay ubip you know now with the cane tablet and now with the Juma Yamrana Yenina Santo Jumadiano. So now we've gotten to the stage where Mr. Ebo Backman who catch they say political market characteristics, political market features here in Ghana. He said there are 4 dominant issues. Now you talk about women, you talk about the youth, you've spoken about the accounts, the 4th one.
Yeah, ADAKABRI. You see, they win the power. That's a power number. What your appointment? Go for coffee from the north. Go for coffee from the south, from the east and the west. Because power. So the most important thing is to get the power. Because power now in sharing the positions, you know. I don't know about your party or your national party.
Original balance.
Yes, I don't know about that. And yet, just to present a candidate to tag Ghanaians there. No. That shouldn't be. Let me tell you this. Somebody can come from the north and be marketable.
Somebody can come from the north and be marketable. As the NDC have found.
Yes. But I'm talking about the features of the market for you to see which of the 2 candidates MPP has.
The front runners, you know.
Yeah, front runners, you know. For example, if MPP or if NDC picks a Muslim from the north.
NDC picks a Muslim from the north.
MPP can pick a Muslim from the north. Or they can even pick a Muslim from the south. Like what has happened in Nigeria. Are you getting the point? In that case, those who dominate the market will have no choice because they will have to vote for any of the 2. But when somebody is coming from a dominant grouper,
I mean, the highest in Ghana.
Yes.
I will be on to
yes,
over 70%.
The person can easily have an advantage over you. Let's face it. I was discussing this issue with somebody before I come to the point. With somebody yesterday. It's a friend of mine who is a Muslim. Listen there. He has been following my articles. And he likes my articles because I say the truth. And he said, even within the Muslim sect, also, if you go to a place, let's say, Ahmedifu no odoso. Ahmedifu no odoso. Then,
even within Muslims, no.
Even within Muslims, no.
The Sunni phone, Tijani phone, Ahmadi phone. There's Ahmadi phone and a
doso. Also, there, when you want to win an election, you have to pick
from an Ahmadi
dominant group there
within the Muslims.
So why are we pretending? I don't understand.
Perhaps we don't know.
No, people understand and people know. And there are people who don't care whether we win power or we lose power. Because when you want because this issue is so simplistic.
I mean, you're poor. Also, this man is a great man from Black Man and Odebaye. Justice Entry on Facebook Live. Also, please, ADAKABRI, don't worry about those who are saying people will tag MPP as an account party. They are just selfish people who want to become vice president to Bawumia. That's why they are seriously discrediting the candidature of Honorable Alan. Francis Abibio, ADAKABRI. Then we need MP, we need Kennedy Japan, who is from the north, to make MPP win. And then Darlington K. Moses, Osim. It's high time we start educating the citizens to vote based on development instead of this party love and tribalism. Voting based on party love and tribalism is the more reason why strongholds are lacking development. Teach the citizens to vote based on one development and social intervention that benefits the people directly. This is the only way to move Ghana forward. It's looking for Ghana moving forward, and others also looking to win power. I say, Kwame Jude, you have a point, but Alan Martin is also from the central region, and I just will be and Farmer Kennedy Japan. Okay, two dominant, two front runners, no. Dr. Baumia, Ofri or your Mamprusi, and ne papa so ye Mamprusi, ne maame so ye Mamprusi, and aye ne yire, aye Fulani, right? Ne yire papa ye Fulani, ne yire maame ye Fulani, right? Now in Ghana, crowd with me account aye Fulani for room. Bia memo because traditional omu leader not take kaswa, it be a bit me and kaswa. Then the other front runner. Ne maame eye Santini. Ne maame ye Santini. Ne maame papa ye Antini. Ne papa eye Santini. Ne papa ye Santini. Ne papa maame eye Santini. Ne yire eye ne yire maame efri eye Kwawuni. Ne yire papa eye Angunani. So that person, you know, you look at him, say Ashanti, Central, and ne yire Eastern Volta, right?
Yeah, very important regions. Politically, very important, very significant regions.
Say, ono be mano, eye Asante, ene Fante, ena ne yire, eye Kwawu, ene Anguna.
Yeah.
Yantuasu.
Yeah. Nti, ADAKABRI, with that said, you know, you come to the fourth point.
Which is?
The market is dominated by the Christian community.
It's a political market characteristics, no?
Yes.
Women, youth, Akan community, and
the market is dominated by the Christian community.
Christians. It will any dominant groupings, no? Yeah,
or Ghana. This fact cannot be disputed. Yeah. So when you are choosing a candidate, you have all these facts before you. Don't pretend. Because numbers don't lie.
Numbers
don't lie.
They will never lie.
They don't lie.
Because I know energy mensa. Victorious.
Yes, numbers don't lie. You want the dominant. You want to appeal to the dominant groups.
As a matter of strategy, you want to appeal to the dominant groupings.
So you know that your opponent has picked a candidate or will pick a candidate from the most dominant group in Ghana.
That is the Christian community.
That's the Christian community. 71.2% of Ghanaians are Christian. Every religion across the world, we have those who are fanatics. Every religion. They are fanatics. So, and Christianity is no exception. So, going into 2024 elections, you don't have to take decision about affect numbers in any way. So, you have a country where not 50, not 52 like Nigeria, not 62, not 65, but 71.2% of the population belong to one particular community.
2/3 of the population?
Yes. So when you are picking a candidate, and you know that your opponent has already picked a candidate from that dominant group.
I pick a candidate contrary
from the minority group. I gave you the Nigeria example. You see, I started writing articles before what happened in Nigeria happened. So that some people will not say that, oh, maybe that.
The answer I comment on, you picked something from the Nigerian. Let me read something. Or say, Ebo, Kwame Opoku Kwati, Ebo is right on the marketability issue. However, in the MPP, the pool of delegates will be a little over 200,000 as compared to the one of APC being almost 2,400. In Nigeria, the presidential primaries is more controlled than in Ghana. Next year, everyone in the race will know their smoothness level. If you cannot get the confidence of 200,000 people of your own party across the country, how are you marketable to the whole country? they both should be mindful that the most important thing for a party is to get the base out to vote before appealing to the floating voters with policy promises.
Raise very important point. But the point no raise, the Nankasa Oten Hunya, no point, it buttresses what I'm saying. MPP, we are going to elect a candidate. We don't elect president. Ghanaians elect president. So the issue is not to appeal to MPP people. The issue is to appeal to Ghanaians. You don't appeal to MPP people.
Election now, strategy, and she will say appeal to MPP for
no.
Strategy is appeal to Ghanaians.
Ghanaians, because MPP is a subset of Ghana. So you focus on Ghana and look at the market, the nature of the political market in Ghana. As for primaries, people can buy their way through.
Justice Entry, or see, if you take delegates to do your analysis, you will get it wrong.
Yeah, because people can easily buy delegates, but can you buy all Ghanaians? So you don't. You can use money to win primaries. That one, people do it. We know it happens. But when they come to the nation, then other factors will come to play. So the point I'm making is that in a country of 71% Christians,
I did a bit departed from them.
Why, if you have, that is where your question comes in. If Ghana were to be monkey sanctuary. Yes.
If Ghana were to be a monkey sanctuary.
That monkey-dominated sanctuary. You have banana. You have apple. Now, you say, I want to prove a point that I can entice monkeys with apple.
That is, you can have higher numbers
of monkeys with apple. While you are keeping banana in your pocket.
Then you are keeping banana in your pocket.
Your opponent is holding banana.
What
sense does it make? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, these are issues people are afraid to say. You know why?
They are afraid to say.
Yeah, do you know why I say what I say? I don't depend on the system.
Nobody on the system.
Yes, I don't depend on the system.
You're a writer. Yeah. And you are a political analyst.
Yeah, I say what I say.
Living on political largesse.
No. I don't depend on the system. So I say the truth, however painful it is. I will say it. And let me make the point here.
Please do.
I'm not against a Muslim becoming a president in Ghana. That point has to be made. What I am saying is that, per the nature of our political market and per the candidate NDC has chosen already, John Mahama is their candidate. It will be political suicidal to pick a candidate who is not a Christian. That's what I'm saying. That's all that I'm saying. Because if you go to, let me give you an example. Tanzania. You know, a Muslim lady is the president.
Oh, Muslim lady is the president in Tanzania.
Yeah. And do you know how she became president?
Tell us.
No, a vice president. And the president died.
Oh,
So the point is that, when you're there, I'm not saying that a Muslim cannot be president. And I'm not wishing the president to die. May God forbid. The point I'm making is that, by the nature of the political market, don't pick a candidate from a minority group when your opponent
has already
picked this candidate from a majority group. It doesn't happen anywhere. Check all democracies. You see, the natural phenomenon is that whenever a group of people dominates, they develop natural instinct to lead. Listen, whenever a group of people dominate, they want to lead.
I'll say, Justice Kingsley Nyina is from Achim Kukrentumi. He's not from the Volta region. That's the correction that has come from. And Justice Kingsley
Okay, so, yeah, so that is the point I am making. That in choosing our candidate for the next election, let's not allow money to influence our decision.
The
fact that, I'm at the plane about Accra. I'm Mosika Kase. I'm a baby. I don't say I can't go say that. Those things, you can consider them when you are choosing a national chairman. And when you are choosing a candidate to be sold for power, you need to scan the market. You see, in economics, Which is economics. Let me correct this. I'm not more a teacher. No, I used to teach economics for Ghana National College.
You used to be a teacher.
Yes.
Of economics.
Economics. In economics, yes, the market determines what to produce.
In economics,
yes,
the market determines what you produce.
So you don't. So when it comes to marketability, it doesn't start with the product. It starts with the market. So I remember my example be there. I'm a producer of water. Then I'm located more the southern part of Accra, coastal area. And they want to standard of living or a bit low. So I produce sachet water and sell. Now my transfer my area close to East Legon or within East Legon. Now I don't just have to come and produce sachet water with East Legon. Because of the nature of the East Legon market, there one standard of living is very high, I have to first go and survey the area. They say, why you're wedding with East Legon now? One sachet water and one bottled water. Why your engagement to East Legon now? One sachet water and one bottled water. So based on what I gather from the market, if I realize that for East Legon, one bottled water more than the sachet water, I said there, me sachet water producing machine, me this engine. Now me got a machine for produce bottled water for the new market.
That is if you have the capital.
Yes. I can't say that, all that I have
is the
sachet water
machine.
So I'm going to produce sachet water and force East Legon people to buy it.
And then Obeka say, improvise.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that because market determines what to produce. So per the nature of the Ghanaian political market, which is dominated by women, by youth, by the Akan community, and by the Christian community, when you are choosing a candidate, you can't ignore that. Let me tell you this. Nanado, President Kufuor, was coming from the two main dominant groups, the Akan group and the Christian group. Nanado also came from the same groups. Professor Thomas came from Akan group and the Christian group, two dominant groups. President Mahama came from the Christian community, but from a minority group, which is in terms of ethnicity.
Yeah.
So one side, he was part of the majority, the dominant group.
So you need to be at least on a scale of 2, you need to belong to one.
At least one. You can't be doubly disadvantaged.
You can't be doubly
disadvantaged. Yes, that is in terms of ethnicity, you are in minority. In terms of religion, you are in minority. And you think when you are playing a game of numbers, you think you can have an advantage. What kind of advantage are you going to have?
You can perhaps glean some support from your running mate then.
Yeah, but you see, Ghanaians look at the president more than the running mate issue. I am telling you this, and so you can't do. That's what I'm saying. That you should be very careful not to commit suicide.
You should be very careful
not to commit political suicide.
Okay, Mami, scenario way. You have in this dominant groupings of women, youth, Akan community, Christians. What if doubly disadvantaged of a Muslim as your presidential candidate? Now, what somebody from the Christian and Akan community, the running meter.
Let me tell you this. Some of the things I'm very careful not to say. But you see, people look at the presidency. If you go to Nigeria, that's what is happening there. The same thing is being played out here, except that Nigeria is like opposite of what is happening in Ghana. People look at the presidency. When people are making choice, people hardly consider the vice presidency. They look at the presidency. And I'm saying that when you are presenting the candidate, let me give you a typical example. And this is a micro, you see, in business, if you want to succeed, or if you want to do experimentation, you do it at the micro level.
Micro level. Not the macro. When you succeed on micro level, then you can replicate it across the country, which is the macro level. So we tried something in Central Region in the last elections at the micro level, which is at the parliamentary level. Ejumaku and the same constituency.
Something happened there.
I took
force in the
and then I said, Doctor no buy, you know.
Yes. And what happened in there? They picked a candidate against Atuforsen. Atuforsen was the target of the party to get him out. Because Atuforsen was troublesome of parliament. So the idea was to get him out. So,
this is court today.
Yes.
Uncle Casa court today more.
Yes. Every MPP ni paying be organ be allow offer to a party, Muslim party was in a Jumako constituency in the last election.
To help shore up
the
numbers.
To campaign to get Atuforsen out. And I'm not lying.
In getting Atuforsen out, you needed to get higher numbers.
Higher numbers. So people went there to campaign. I mean, serious campaign. They pick a young candidate. Also a PhD holder. They pick a candidate, you know. Echo MPP rallies, no, on your kefita. Huge numbers.
Huge numbers.
I mean, since we are working, I remember the candidate was interviewed. Also, about two Atuforsen in the bench. I mean, signs were that Atuforsen will lose the elections. So, when NDC saw that things were going difficult for them, they played the religious card. Because our candidate, the candidate we picked, was a Muslim against Atuforsen, who is a Christian. Ejumakun is predominantly the Christian community.
Okay.
So NDC played the religious card, and this is what happened when they played the religious card against our candidate. This is what happened. 2008 was the first time Atuforsen went to parliament. 2008, Atuforsen won by, I think, 2,900 votes. Nozokro parliament in 2008. 2012, Atuforsen won with a difference of 3,200 Nozokro parliament. 2016, Atuforsen once again won, this time with a difference of 3,600. The last election, the campaign MPP war, it has never happened before. It was massive campaign. I mean, resources. I mean, everything. Do you know the difference after NDC had played a religious card they gave to MPP? And I want to mention the figures again so that anyone who is listening to me, when there's something called reality. That's what we need to deal with. 2,900 in 2008. 3,200 in 2012. 3,600 in 2016. In the last election, they beat MPP by 11,000. Atuforsen won with a difference of almost 11,000. Oh, yes. So, you see, you don't play. People, you see, when it comes to the issue of religion and ethnicity, people don't normally like saying it. But it is in their heart. Yes, it's in their heart. They will not say it. But when the day comes, let's say, Inya, Asofobia were very, very religious fanatics.
Mm-hmm.
That's why start to preach from their pulpit. I'm telling you, MPP must be careful. I'm just saying the truth. I mean, I say it as it is. I say it. I
so
don't.
In the marketplace, is it the political party they look up to, or is it the presidential candidate they look up to?
They look for the presidential election. You see, because when you see Ghana, young system they use, you know, or executive presidency. So people look at the person more. Why the campaigner? Yeah, you use the person's name for advert more. J.A. Kufuor.
J.A. Kufuor.
No. It is the candidate. The candidate goes with the party. But the candidate in the Magana, you're turn the party in Magana, you're turn the candidate in Magana. So the candidate is the product that we are selling in the political market. And I'm saying that considering the nature of the market and the political market and the kind of competitor we have. If you look at competitor in terms of an institution called NDC, this is the party when it comes to propaganda, they are second to none. Don't give them opportunity to do propaganda against you like what they did against the party in the Juma Kwenyan ACM constituency. ADAKABRI.
Jake Scratching Champion. Kafo, this is fantastic analysis. Ebo is more enlightening.
Yeah. ADAKABRI, see? ADAKABRI, oh yeah, some of the people who are listening to me will say, this young man, this Buckman man, who is he? MPP, the president, Nado, Onyimde Natroshe. President Kufo, Onyimde Natroshe. Mr. Bakumenu. They know me and they know what I'm capable of doing. Let me tell you this. People don't know this. I'm not saying this to blow my horns, but I want people to understand where I'm coming from in terms of thinking.
Your antecedent in the party.
2008, after the first round, and in Zaman Koye them expected, so we needed to go to second round. In Central Region, it's like the party was dead. There was no roadmap for second round.
There was no roadmap.
Yeah. I, by the grace of God, moved from constituency to constituency, conducted research to serve as a roadmap for second round. Dr. Amo, who was the National Security Coordinator,
Amugati,
is my witness. If he's listening to me, it was my roadmap that was used for the second round. But as in then Nzama say, NDC had already won majority in parliament. The second round, no, Ghanaians thought yes, Ghanaians felt that if they have majority in parliament, let's give them the power. I did that for the party. Mr. Kojon Pieni, Chief of Staff, is my witness. I gave the roadmap for the party, the whole Central Region for the. I'm telling you that when it comes to political thinking, I do it a lot. And
I say, good afternoon, Alhaji ADAKABRI Mahmoud Oshioma. I'm really enjoying the analysis the gentleman is presenting this afternoon. In fact, he's making very good and appealing analysis, which I'm sure many political parties in this country and beyond should look at very critically, because politics here in Ghana and Africa is far past the promises, deceit, and lies we've heard in the past. Thank you for bringing him and try to get and bring more of his kind to educate voters. Maybe they can encourage me to think about voting again, because I stopped voting since year 2000. I'm Peter at Nungwa.
Maybe let me make this point. MPP, let me make point as to the kind of candidate MPP will hear.
Okay, what kind of candidate? Let me note that.
There are people in this country, the women, the youth, and other groups in this country who are disappointed. Who are disappointed. Some decisions the party has taken or the government has taken, or decisions are or affect elections. That's what I'm saying. I say things as they are. Some decisions are very unpopular relative to elections. So there are people who are somehow disappointed. I'm probably too bio. What about NDC party? The kind of candidate MPP here in 2024 is a candidate. So we now we back there. Maramum, me imagine them to about MPP because of what is happening. Because of this man, I'll vote for MPP.
Oh, Olive Branch.
Yes.
Candidate. I mean, Tuabano.
Yes.
So we are about the consider baby.
So that is the candidate MPP must look for. Because this election, the factors are against MPP. So we need to hold the balance with our candidate. A candidate, a candidate say, Obama, the kind of new leadership. Ghanaians would want to have a new kind of leadership in Ghana. Because John Mahama Opiompi was the president today. People saw his presidency. And Nado's presidency is now being compared with Mahama's presidency. And then the presidency is one unit. The president goes and the vice, they are one. They form a unit. That's what it's called. That's why it is said presidency, not presidencies. It's a presidency, one unit. So normally people consider what you have done as a unit. You see, the two are being compared. Now, Ghanaians would want a new leadership that can inspire hope. Inspire hope. Because, baby, you know, our problem is a leadership problem. Since independence, our problem has been a leadership problem. The difference between the Western world and Africa is a leadership problem. So the Ghanaians will always look for, that's because and also there, maybe also there in the matter, a good leader who can change the fortunes of Ghana. I was listening to one program, and when the man said this, I said, yes, all our prayers that one day we'll get somebody who will change the fortunes, like the way Rwanda has now become a shining example. I'm not by this saying that the current president is not doing well, but I'm saying that we all know that that's the point I want to make.
Now, retreat the wadi kind of intimate emphasis talked about politics. It's about strategy.
ADAKABRI. What I'm saying is that politics is a game of strategy. You don't go into an election without strategy. And your strategy must be market-based strategy. Your strategy must be competitor-based strategy. In other words, say a strategy, actually the nature of the market, and you strategize accordingly. You look at your competitor and you strategize accordingly. Politics is a game of strategy. 2, when you have succeeded with a good strategy, the strategy will give you the numbers.
Higher numbers.
So your strategic plans and thinking should lead to higher numbers. Higher numbers, you look out for regions are more numbers in your previous elections and how to show them up are very important. So at a time I want to now one hand your opponent no stronghold, then you can get some. So your candidate must be able to consolidate our gains, increase it, and also enter into opponent's stronghold or the backyard. No, when you vote so that's the numbers. The numbers is what will give you advantage,
comparative advantage
over your opponent.
So
your decision should be that candidate you say we are. Your opponent being your advantage on your end, and now you being your advantage on your opponent. That is the most important question you need to ask when you are choosing a candidate. What advantage will he bring in terms of numbers to the table? If you are not going to bring numbers, you can be the most brilliant person in the world. If you can't bring the numbers, let's put you aside. Because ideas don't rule. It is power that rules. You get the power before you rule. So who can give us the numbers to have power? It's the question that we need to ask. When you have the numbers and you have comparative advantage, then now we get the power. Now, when the power comes, Obia Zibi, after that, it's in the table when the power is in we see Mensa Jose, Kokuvi Jose, Abubakar Jose, Yache, because the party is a national party. Somebody has gone out to fight for the power. The power has come. All of us fought together, but we had a leader. The power has come. The leader now sees that, let me go to Wa, pick somebody from Wa. Let me go to Bogatanga, pick somebody. Let me go to Axim. So because the party is a national party, the appointment will reflect the nationality or the national nature of the party. And that is very key. Now, when you have done that, you also have to consider one thing. Because when it comes to power, there are people who need power in politics, in the political party more than others. I've explained. There are people who have never had anything in MPP since the party came to power. Onyashi. And these are those in majority. And most of them are even polling station executives. Onyashi party no more. What's some party election time? One what you want boje, what you 15, what you want sika, what you want housing, what's board party. But Onyashi, they're in majority. Then the few, very few of them, comparatively, one party the band because of to whom you know, because of connections. When you baby or party, these two people, each of them own your power. Because in your BB, let's say being your power, the only time you can have hope is when the party is still in power. Because the American, what's all my men you kuna, also in your Now, I was in your power, I was in your position of party. You also need the party to retain power. So you should be more power conscious than money conscious. Because send what to happen as a party loser. Who contract no babasam. That is Ghana for you. Any appointment a CEO and a chief executive or something that appointment let me give you a typical example. I was Maslock regional coordinator for Central Region. My appointment came 2008, I think August. December 8th, you lose election.
Hey, can you imagine?
When you lost the election, and this is one question, what's what consider transfer? And the transfer no nothing radio baby.
Sabalugu no.
I don't know going there. I was okay. I will resign, and that is how come I resigned. So I'm saying those who are enjoying appointment, You think of power because without power, your appointment will be gone. 2, that's the third group of people you wanna sabi part of the ben when you want one they don't think about what to get from power. They want to control power.
Yes.
They want they want to control the party.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, there are people who don't mind if MPP goes into opposition. Because they can survive in opposition for the next 10 years. But they can control the party till the party comes to power again. There are people like that in MPP. And why in your power now in your you know? Now why in your power? Because if the party loses, you lose your power, your appointment or contract, you know. You don't have to listen to those people.
Those who want to control the party.
Yes. Some of them are watching the parliament actually. So, I mean, some of them, the serious appointment, CEOs, and some of them, when you want,
they can survive.
Oh, they can survive the next 10 years. So don't listen to what they are saying. One can say in the for why you is someone there. Now, Menzema Ruke, in your power. And I've given you the parameters,
which is the political market features
or
the political market characteristics, which is
yes, Mr. Afun orders for Ghana. Into who product now? Your production unit, we produce candidates and sell for power. So after you have produced the candidate, Mr. Afun orders for Ghana. One say a quarter now, Mr. Afuboto. What shall you Subano? What shall you Krozi home? Now Brass home, ne Cobran home, the Beino Bossy, no back okay. I mean, women in Chaman to Abama MPP. Nanso, because of this man, I will vote for MPP. Then the youth also dominate because every political activity is dominated by the youth. Go to social media, the youth dominate theirs. So you need a candidate who can appeal to the youth. And in Ghana, this time you can't just appeal to the youth with promises and data and figures. No, you can't do that. Something that worked in 2016 will not work again in 2024. Because now people are enlightened. So what people will want is that, okay, as a police president, Ejuma, as a youth in Ejuma, what record, demonstrable record, do you have to show us there? Indeed, what is your vision? Your vision must be job-generated vision. So they will look out for all these things before they decide who to vote for. The youth are not fools. So this time, because of education,
they are sophisticated.
They are sophisticated now. So they will want a candidate that they can trust in terms of job creation. Because that is the most important thing. Or your job issue or your money issue.
Yeah.
That is what youth are looking for. And the next one is the Akan community. Because they dominate all the tribes.
Just under 50%.
Yeah, they just under 50%. The next one is about 16%.
Yes.
So they dominate. So in some of what you want to do.
And some of them what you want to do.
Normally, when you are picking a candidate, that's your dominant groups. I say, let me tell you this. MPP, let's not pretend. Let's not be hypocritical. By elections, let's say what to about no appoint a candidate. Normally, may I there. I be chronoso. Maybe infantiman. What's infantiman?
Mankesim no so.
You pick candidate of Mankesima.
Mankesim photos on.
That's what we do. Ask anybody. That's what we do. So we know the dominant issue. I said it down.
At the local level.
At the local. So why they pretend? I don't understand. That's what we do. We always pick a candidate from a dominant group because one now does so. Ultimate appeal. I'll give you an example. When I went to Famina, I was sent to a community, anti-speaking community, because they could see that I could connect to them easily. And when we went, it worked.
It worked.
And we increased our vote. So I'm saying that you need a candidate who can easily connect to the Akan community. Because the regions are only elections, they are mostly dominated by Akans. Yes. And so we need that.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Do you know why we win elections in Greater Accra?
Tell us.
Because of the Akan community in Greater Accra. Let's face it.
Without them.
Oh, no. Go to typical Ga area. How many constituencies do we win?
Tashin.
Yes.
Nungwa.
The Akan community, we can't do without that. So let's not play the MPP or what's in the Akan party. All of a sudden, MPP has become a Akan party. All of a sudden, you want to throw away your advantage, the advantage you have been enjoying all these years, because you don't want somebody or because you want somebody. So
Okay.
let's be realistic.
Right. To me and show. Candidate a part every Asante, a part every central. Ne yire every Eastern. We have 3 regions here: Eastern, Ashanti, Central. What could be the benefit to the MPP stock?
That is where the issue of comparative advantage comes in. So, if you get Alan Chamartin, for example, I'm sorry, 2 front runners, Alan and Bawumia. Alan can easily appeal to Central region more than Bawumia.
Because me papa, Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, he can
from Yamina.
Yes, and we know
ne mame papa Albin.
Yeah.
So ne mame papa it could have fancy name Albin.
Yeah.
Ne mame papa it could have Wilson.
Yeah. See, in terms of advantage in Central region, you will certainly have advantage over Dr. Bawumia if he becomes a candidate. In terms of Ashanti region, in January, what's in Piazza Undina bro. So in Ashanti region, comparatively, if you compare the two, Alan as a commodity, as a product to be sold in Ashanti region market, Dr. Bawumia as a commodity to be sold in Ashanti region market, obviously, Alan will have advantage over Dr. Bawumia. Then where the numbers are is what is important. Eastern region is another area in your numbers. In Eastern region, even if Alan know why if you cry in Eastern region, by virtue of him being an account, he can easily connect to the region more than Dr. Bawumia. Dr. Bawumia in the north can connect more than Alan. For example, in the region, northeast, he can connect more, or maybe even northern region. But comparatively, in terms of numbers, the numbers, we don't get the numbers from the north because the north is.
But your strategy should be geared towards getting higher numbers.
Higher numbers, yes.
And the numbers should secure you victory. The victory should give you power.
That is the most important thing. So, if you pick Alan as a candidate, you have an advantage. Because, I mean, Alan and John Mahama, Alan, in terms of ethnicity, Alan has 2 advantages. John Mahama has 1 because he's coming from a minority group in terms of ethnicity. So in terms of numbers, Alan can appeal to a larger community. In Ghana here, about 80% of Ghanaians understand the Akan language when it is spoken. So be clear. About 80% of Ghanaians say. So your candidate should be a candidate. Anytime he's speaking and he's speaking Twi, he's speaking to about 80% of Ghanaians. And it's very important in elections because you win election with words. With words, because you
win elections with words.
Yes, because I'm
spoken
speaking,
word.
Yes, but people are listening to me. So if I can't speak, for example, I can't speak Gan, typical Gan. I can't speak Gan. So if I go to Teshi and I'm communicating, I have to get a translator. And so maybe I'm a translator. How would I know the?
You got a translator and
so you need somebody who can easily connect to the dominant groups.
Dr. Bawumia brings digitalization to the youth. Alan brings jobs to the youth. Tell us, the youth, what are they looking for?
Yeah, let's face it. Digitalization is very good. But the point is that every country will develop PBR. The secret is industrialization.
Why do we say industrialized world?
Yes, we call them industrialized world because the thing is that industrialization brings in, all my economy are very active. And I mean, if you ask any economist, yes, because industrialization will create jobs. It will create jobs. Then demand will go up in the economy. Spending will go up in the economy. So that is why every country, if you want to develop, your first target is industrialization. Because that is what will expand the economic activities. That is where people can easily buy and sell and all those things.
Industrialization as a political message. Digitalization as a political message, you have 32 seconds.
Oh, obviously. People want job to do. So if you want to...
So if you are couching a political message, digitalization, industrialization.
Digitalization on your language, the hungry man on the street understands. It's a good concept. It's a good policy.
Digitalization is not a language
that the hungry man understands.
Sir?
Oh yes, the hungry man understands industrialization because... Do you get the point? Many Juma. That's in Moko Banka because digitalization, you know, Mr. Quantum. Now it's gonna mean be in a bank. Do you understand? So the point is that it must start from somewhere. And I'm saying politically, you know, industrialization is a more in terms of political message, you know. It sounds so sweet it will sound so sweet in the year of the the hungry person than digitalization.
Right. Final comments are we say, are you against any particular candidate?
I'm not against any candidate. I'm for the victory of the party.
Yeah, for the victory of the
I
party.
write what I write because I want MPP to win. And I also want to speak to the delegates. You see, I want people to one can say let's say so many voices will come, promises will come. This one will say this one. What's that in a while? But why do you boo? Be very objective. Can I have most yeti? Then 2 main front runners, Dr. Baumia and Allen. One and say yet on what Ghana have per the nature of the market.
Women, youth, account community,
and the Christian community. And the Christian one is more scary. Do you know why? The number is too huge, 7 to 1.2%.
Can you discount them?
You don't choose a candidate outside this community if you want to win elections.
In Ghana,
it's as simple as that.
It's a nice analysis. This man is good, pal. Samuel Odro on Facebook. Say now, if we are to take 71% of the members as Abria,
what an impua.
Imapo, I bet an impua.
What an impua.